First, it's like, let's define what loneliness is. It's the gap between the kind and amount of human connection you want and the kind and amount of human connection you're getting. So you can be disconnected when you're surrounded by people, or you can be disconnected when connected to friends online. It's about quality of connection. And so even within your own family, if they don't share similar values or they're negatively polarized connections, as I talk about in the book, you can feel very lonely. I think the big why that that's happening right now is to do with some of the factors that I mentioned before. Let's look particularly at the digital space, and something that Dr. Pamela Rutledge, I was just speaking with at Harvard on Saturday night, she calls algorithmic isolation. I've talked about this before in terms of human connection and AI companions, but I never use that term. Algorithmic isolation is basically where you feel you're more alone in your hobbies, likes, views, inclinations, because your algorithm only shows you your own opinion looped back to yourself, right? And then when you come into contact with a new human being that doesn't reflect those views, you're more rigid in your opinions because you feel that you're in an echo chamber that's telling you you're right. And you're also more inclined to not bridge that gap and go through any sort of friction or discomfort to connect people. So I would say the biggest issue that we're having, why people are feeling more lonely, if we look at our generation, older millennials and below, could be to do with the polarization caused by these apps that we're on, circulating our opinion back to ourselves, therefore also making us, I guess, a little reticent to go through the friction of making real life human connection, which is a bit messy, which is a bit, there's a filtering process. You ladies found me on Instagram. We've walked in, we're wearing the same color palette, we're the same age, we have the same cultural East and Western understanding. We've talked before even recording, and the algorithm gave us each other. That was so easy.
Yeah.
So then why would I make an effort, right, is the psychology. And not everyone is as extroverted as me. So imagine someone's introverted. Then they have to go to a dinner. Yeah. They have to sit next to someone who obviously doesn't have the same algorithm as them. Why would they bother? So of course you're going to get less connection.